No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought they could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. The shadows starting to get... The NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Watch safety three,
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, 46.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 32-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards.
Let's go, defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 31 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Watch 57. Ricky.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Man, 80. 57 to Mike. 57. Hey, wahoo!
And Darnold just beating the play clock. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd down, here's Penny. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
57 to Mike. All day. I'm waiting. 57 to Mike. Mike 57. Let's go.
Third and 2, Darnold. Airing this one out for Evans. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here we go, 47. Check mark. Watching your five. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defense.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll make our score 14-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
They're on 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Titans 7.
Prescott now from the 50. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Down the numbers. There he goes. A score. It's a Titans touchdown. Lambo to add on the extra point. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, listen,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Prescott from the gun on third. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 39, Darnold. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give him credit. Going to bring up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
We play to win. Let's go.
Their own 14-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Bills on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
We're going to 53. 55. Check 55.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And the Cowboys on the board again. It's a 2-touchdown lead there. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Titans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Go.
57.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go, son.
57 to Mike. Here we go.
Ready? 5.
57 to Mike. Mike 57.
And one touch.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. Johnson was the intended receiver. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Prescott. This complete to Jones. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw is Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
Check 3. Yo, 80.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Penny, a first down carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
This is caught. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They come out here in the eye. Penny will try to punch it in. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Now Prescott. Looking deep for Julio. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Titans take over first down at the 31-yard line.
Mike 50. The lady. You. Hey, Alpha. The lady.
Now Rashad Penny. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Their own 26-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Penny. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Push him back.
Now they'll run it again with Penny. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
58 to my 58 to my
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Uchenna in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Prescott. And he's got Miller. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Then he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They keep it with Penny on first down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another first down run right there.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Second and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Watch the slant. Take it, take it. 51 to Mike.
Here's Penny. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only a yard there, so it brings up fourth and goal. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth and goal.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 57. Mike.
They'll run for it with Penny. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Rashad Penny his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Prescott on first down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first. He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Prescott down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Complete to number 13. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Bills.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Watch QB drop. There we go, kill. Hey, check right. Watch it, fine. Don't get nervous. Tighten up. Kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
47.
From the 44. Prescott, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ochena Nwosu in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. The Bills on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 14.
47. Right there, 54 Mike. Watch the screen.
Prescott. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Prescott to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Tight dog. 58, right over there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Hey, Haywood. Mike 57. Ready? Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Down to the
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Flushed out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Yeah, let's get second.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here we go, 46.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Rush in. Rush in. Kill. 47. We're going to 54. Why is? 50. Go, tackle.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Prescott to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. Julio Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Penny. On the stop there defensively, Tyler Davison. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
At the 36-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Darnold. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Mike 51. Man, Eddie. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Darnold now to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
The final score now from Baltimore, and the Ravens now really pouring it on. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Now Prescott. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
At their 49-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Oh, you got D?
Here's Prescott. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He was brought down by
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins with 3 seconds for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Bills